Hi folks, it's week 10. If you haven't worked it out, it's our festive episode. Christmas time. Anyway, so what's happening this week? Well, we've been quite active overall. We've been seeing a physiotherapist who's changed the actual circuit that the original physio showed, which has worked better, which you're going to see some of that in a bit. Then we've also been doing some more walking, getting out with more walking, stretching the legs, because I also realised that being at home and putting a lot of work onto this leg feels a lot weaker. So I'm trying to strengthen them all both out at the same amount of time. And also some other advances that we've done from last week alone, which again, we'll see in a moment. So just want to say thank you for all those people who have been watching every week. So progression has been really good this week. We are getting closer to my end goal, being back out in the outdoors, and we're actually getting better to a normal life again. Bad thing that I still seem to find is that, and that's what the physio has also told me to do, is keep the leg elevated. He seems to say that when I go back to work and I'm sitting down at the desk and everything, to keep the leg elevated, but I'm not sure how you can keep your leg elevated, because obviously your leg needs to be extended. The desks generally aren't that extended out. But actually my desk goes against the wall, so it's only got me basically 60 centimetres of depth. My leg is more than 60 centimetres in length. So I'm not sure how I'm going to elevate my leg all the time. Also find it's obviously if you elevate your leg, once you stand up, your leg is quite stiff and it takes a few steps or so before it's free to be able to start moving better. So the swelling problem is the problem, I think, now. With the flexibility, the bending of the leg, and also the actual straightening of the leg is not bad. It's not perfect, but I'm still working on that. Are we getting closer to being in the outdoors? Well, yes, I am walking on the flat and slight slopes at the moment. Have I hit a hill yet? No, but I'm hoping in the next 2-3 weeks we might be able to try that. Let's go through what's been happening, and first of all, we're back to the physio gym. Well, we're out again. That's in the park. This time, just had physio at the hospital. I thought I'd walk back. Unfortunately, between me and the hospital is the park. So we're out again. Strengthening my leg up. And as you can see, walking unaided. It's the first time I'm doing a full walk unaided, with no crutches, no walking sticks. So onwards to strengthen this leg so we can get out rather than just walking around the park, walking out in the wilds. Now we're also supporting a new pair of shoes, new set of trail runners. These are Ultra Olympus 6s. So these have a zero drop. This is the first pair of shoes I've actually had with a zero drop. So I do find them very comfortable, they're very supportive. They've got a wide toe box, as you can see. The only negative I found from them is when walking with this zero drop, it's fine. When I stop, pause, take a breath, and I find it slightly uncomfortable. Not sure because the arches, but as soon as walking again, they're fine. So a bit of a weird one. So the thing is for that, don't stop walking, just keep going. So all this It's helping me to get back in the outdoors, back in the wilds, back and do some long distance walking. Now you can see I've got a pack on my back, to put a bit of weight on my back, just to start to feel, to carry that little bit of extra weight while I'm walking. Right, okay, so we're going to wander on and head on home. So probably about another 2 miles, 2.5 miles before we get home. Well, we're still walking along. Obviously it's got dark as it's winter. But I just noticed something that hasn't happened for some time. Go to my watch. You see over 10,000 steps. That's the first time in a few months since my knee surgery. Alright, let's keep plodding on. So there you go. It's been an eventful week at week 10. We've been out at the physiotherapy clinic doing the circuit, and we're going to do this on a regular basis now. So fortunately I see the physiotherapist about once every 2 weeks, and the rest of the time I just go to this gym. It's a bit different to like your normal gym, because the actual physiotherapy machines you can alter them a little bit better to heights and lengths and widths and everything else, where obviously if you go to a normal gym it's generic. So that makes it a little bit easier, because everybody's recovering from some sort of injury or surgery, starting to lift more and more weight. Like I said, even though I've been working on this leg so much, it's this leg that's the weaker leg, so having to strengthen them both up together. But we'll get on to that once we start doing some walking up the hills. After the exercises, we managed to do a walk. Now this is the day after the day before, because what I did is basically I did the walked home unaided. Probably a bit of a silly thing, because that was, as I say, the first time I've gone out on a walk with no crutches, and then I decided to walk the furthest I've ever walked since the surgery. So I ended up walking just under 5.5 miles by the time I got home. And what went with that? Well, my legs swelled up no end. It was very stiff this morning, so probably not the best idea, but that's me. I don't do things in halves, as most people that know me realise. That is the end of week 10. Progression is great. But when I'm going to keep doing these videos too, the goal is to get out and do a proper outdoor walk up in the hills. Possibly 2 weeks time I might be able to do that. It may be a short walk, 4 or 5 miles, but that's the end goal. Talking about my end walks, this year I've had my surgery to deal with. The last 10 weeks I haven't really done any videos. So I'm thinking, when I had my surgery I'll be able to knock out all these videos. Well, I haven't been able to do actually any of them yet, other than these weekly vlogs. So with other videos I've managed to put out a few this year, not as many as I would like, and I'm hoping next year we'll be able to put out a lot more. All this backlog of videos I'm going to put out. I've done 1 long distance walk, I think, or maybe 2 that are videos to come out for them. And I've also got another one planned, a significant one, so to speak. And there is a possibility of doing a couple overseas as well later in the year. So that's once my recovery is complete and we're back to normal, hopefully stronger and faster, but less pain, because obviously I had all the arthritis pain before the surgery. Hopefully once we've reduced the swelling, we'll be back to normal, and hopefully we can get back to doing long distance walking, which is what I really like. And then the other thing is to do more walks which add in history. I do seem to quite like doing the history type walks, and hopefully you do too. So with that, A, thank you for every subscriber. B, everybody that keeps coming back and watching the videos. I do appreciate you all. Thank you for 2024. This is the last video of the year, and hopefully you should continue following me next year. Now, there is one statistic I've noticed when I put out the last video, which I'll show you here. So I've got to 250,000 views in my channel overall. Now, some people get 250,000 views on one video. I've been on YouTube, 3 or 4 years. I'm not looking to make my channel massive, but what I wanted to do is, how do I say this? There's a lot of people on YouTube that put a pair of boots on and a camera and all of a sudden think they're a professional outdoorsman. I've been teaching outdoor education for a long time. A lot of the things I teach is what I tried to put to you. But what I want to do is hope you've all had a great Christmas. Hopefully you're all going to have a great new year, the New Year parties, and that 2025 is a great year for you. So until then, my late Merry Christmas and now Happy New Year. And again, thank you to all the subscribers, and I'll see you all next year for plenty more videos. So, like usual, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, hikers.